that stayed all these years later that actually has, sustained you, or you just went, oh, actually that didn't go away, or did a lot of it just kind of disappear as time went on? Was there anything that just stayed with you from your training?
Oh, everything.
Really?
My training was everything to me. My training has made me the person I am and the actor I am. I mean, I value my training. I mean, that's the best. It was the most fruitful time of my life when I was a student. I'm endlessly grateful because, movement, dancing, all the stuff, fencing, horse riding, which my agent, this is a thing that agents don't do now, but my agent said to me, Brian, you're working in the theatre now, I think you should ride during the day. I said, I beg your pardon. He said, you should be horse riding during the day. You should be practicing learning horse riding. So I'm now, at my age, filming in Lithuania, and I'm getting on a cuddy. And all these young actors are saying, you can do that? And I said, yeah, well, I learned. That was part of the job.
Isn't it great, though, that you had an agent? Isn't it great you had an agent who did that rather than going, well, I've got nothing for you this week, Brian?
No, but
isn't it lovely to say...
No, but you're wrong, Matthew. What you don't understand is that's what agents did. That's
what I'm saying.
That's what agents
but you don't hear it so much now.
No, because they're mercenary buggers nowadays. They're more interested. Well, they're not. That's not true. Some of them are very, very good, but they do get caught up in the whole.
Look, there's an agent. She's leaving now. She's gone. She's gone.
Sorry, come back. I didn't mean it. But they get caught up in something, But no, it was, they were called agents and personal managers. They were concerned about, you go here, you go to that company, you work in that. That doesn't happen in the same way, alas. That notion of career planning that really sustained me. I mean, you run out of it, you think, well, I've worked out the last 10, I worked out 10 years, and I've come to the end of the 10 years, so now what do I do? I did have crises like that. Yeah. But then you go with the flow of stuff because you realize there's a momentum which you've got nothing to do about. It's life, it's part of life.
And acting for you now, I mean, I know we've spoken about it a few times, I think you said to me recently, it's just good when they just let you get on with it.
Oh my!
I'm not interested. You turn up and you.
I'm not interested in the business aspect of it. I'm not interested. I just like the doing of it.
Yeah.
I like actually doing it. I don't even want to see it. I'm happy doing it without even seeing it. Let me do it. Just let me get at it. Just get the fuck out of my road and let me get at it. I mean, that's what I like about it.
And talking of getting the fuck out of the road. In terms of directors, who's been the people that you've really learned from? Really kind of benefited from?
Michael Elliott, Suzanne Elliott's late father, who is probably the finest director I ever came across. Ronald Eyre, Lindsay Anderson, a strange guy called Alan Cook, who was in Nightmare, but he was actually interesting as well. No, there's a lot of people I've learned from.
Yeah.
And then of course.
And in movies?
And movies, Spike Lee, Spike Jonze, Rupert Wyatt. What was his name? He did all the horror films. I did a film called Red with him. He was great, very gentlemanly. I was I forgot his name. Anyway, who else?
And what makes them good for you? What's kind
of... They don't get in the way.
Yeah.
No.
But they must
No, I don't mean... No, I mean, the great thing about the directors, and some of the directors I've worked with, is Lindsay Anderson, when I was young, when I was 23, and he gave me the best note ever. He said to me when I walked on stage, I was doing a play called In Celebration, and I was playing, it was three brothers, and I was playing the youngest, Stephen, who'd had a nervous breakdown. And the opening scene is he comes back to the family home, which he hasn't been to for some years. And basically the first scene is him just walking around the room, looking at photographs, looking at the room, getting the sense of it. And Lindsay just, I did it, and he said, what are you doing? And I did it, and I got to the point where the other actor came in the door, and he said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm getting on with it. I'm just, no. And he said, just be there. And then later on, he said to me, Brian, don't just do something. Stand there. And he taught me about just being present, of just walking onto a stage and being present, just taking the environment in without doing anything, just actually being in the room. You know, the notion of being in the room and what the room means, and the inner life of who you are and how those photographs affect you and what those memories are. But you're not doing anything. You're just, you know, you're not indicating. You're just taking it in. You're just looking around and experiencing the room. And Lindsay, you know, he would make me do that a whole morning. You know, I would spend a half an hour just doing that and nothing else. And it was an invaluable experience.